You too, welcome back to another video, man. Today, you got some JxmyHighroller, you feel me? I think Nikola Jokic has solved basketball, you feel me? Last time I checked, I think the points leader is, I think it's Giannis. Ooh, I don't remember. I think it's Giannis Shea and Tyrese Maxey, and then Donovan Mitchell is somewhere in there as well. But I think he's leading assists and rebounds as of right now, as I'm recording. But I could be wrong. But yeah, Nikola Jokic is doing Nikola Jokic things, bro. I haven't really been watching the Nuggets games and stuff like that, so I'm gonna be learning. You feel me? But everybody expected Nikola Jokic to do what he does. You feel me? Better team now. He's on a better team. You feel me? He's a ceiling raiser. The better the team he's a part of, the better he becomes, which is scary to think about because he has more pieces to work with, and he's like, you know, the hub of his team. So, you know, and he gets everybody going. So, Aaron Gordon is having, I don't know what he's been on this year. He's been scoring 50, doing all kinds of stuff. But Nuggets look good, bro. The Nuggets look good. Jamal Murray's averaging a cool 22. So, you know, cool little sidekick for Jokic. You know, he can step it up during the playoffs, especially against the Lakers. So I don't know. Let's watch the JxmyHighroller video. Learn more about the Nuggets. Hope you guys been taking care of yourselves. NBA season started. Everything, you know, a whole lot of stuff to watch, man. A whole lot of stuff to watch. So yeah. Make sure I like, subscribe. The original video gonna be in link down below. Check out the second channel. I just finished Dispatch, so y'all go check that out. Extremely funny, extremely impactful. You know they're gonna have the season 2 that's gonna come out. I'm gonna be playing that day one, so yeah, subscribe to that as well. But without further ado, let's get into this vid.
While surfing through some NBA games last night, I landed on a close matchup between the Nuggets and the Clippers. 39-35 going into the second quarter. It's quite the barn burner we got going on here. I figured someone must be having themselves a night, so I took a quick glance at the box score. And nothing could have prepared me for what I found. Nikola Jokic with 25 and 6 in the first quarter. I thought my eyes must be deceiving me, so I double-checked, and sure enough, the man was dropping a nuke on the Clippers. By the end of the third quarter, the Nuggets had put the Clippers to bed. Jokic didn't really play much after that, and jogged his way.
Had 55, 10, and 5. Holy shit! Like, how do you stop Nikola Jokic, yo? Like in theory, like, how do you stop Nikola Jokic? What are you supposed to do to stop this dude, bro? You feel me? Because, like, you would look at Giannis, and in theory, you can say, oh, just stop him from getting to the rim. But in practice, it's damn near impossible. You feel me? So, like, you know exactly what you had to do against Giannis. You just can't do it because he's just too strong. He just can power through you. You feel me? But with Jokic, even in theory, like, I don't even know how do you stop Jokic. Like, what's your game plan? What do you scheme to stop Jokic? Like, with Giannis, obviously you stop the nigga from going to the rim, but you just, like, in practice you just can't do that. So it's like, I don't know, bro. How do you stop somebody that can just damn near do everything?
To a modest 55, 12, and 6. The craziest part about this performance wasn't even how incredible Jokic played in this game. It was how painfully easy he made it look. Has Nikola Jokic solved the game of basketball?
Probably did. I ain't gonna lie. Probably did. I think Jokic and LeBron are like the two smartest players in NBA history. Okay, I wouldn't say two smartest players, but I feel like in terms of just like IQ and physical ability, I feel like they have the perfect blend of both.
Today's video is sponsored.
Get your money, Jimmy. Get your money, Jimmy. Get your money, Jimmy.
Save toward money has forwards are statistical. Start saving smarter today. What you are looking at are statistically the best individual seasons of the last 20 years according to GameScore. Now, GameScore is a stat that essentially measures everything a player does on the box score and wraps it up into an all-in-one number. The more a player does and the more efficiently he does it, the higher the game score. Hundreds of players across 2 decades, and these are the top 100. You've got KD in 2010 ranked 85th, Chris Paul in 08 ranked 81st, Kevin Love in 2014 ranked 77th. By the 50s, you are already in MVP territory. LeBron in 2014, Steph in 2016. In fact, there's a lot of LeBron and Steph in here. A lot of Harden, Durant, AD, Giannis. Climb your way into the top 20 seasons and you are looking at some all-time stat-stuffing campaigns. AD in 2018, Westbrook in 2017, LeBron
Look at Tyrese Maxey, man. That boy been hooping, though. That boy been hooping.
in 2009. But by the time you end up in the top 10, you will find the same 3 names on a run unlike anything else in recent NBA history. The names of Luka, Jokic, and Giannis littered throughout this historic threshold. An average game score of more than 27.
And it's crazy because they're all, obviously it's a small sample size because the season just started, but like all of these guys are having historic seasons. And it's funny because like literally all of them are MVP candidates. You know what I mean? Like literally all of them going in, everybody thought these 4 were going to be the top MVP candidates going into the season. But the fact that this shit says 2025, meaning Jokic did this shit last year. Wow, these niggas doing it this year. It's crazy. Like watch 2026 be like a skyscraper compared.
Only achieved 1 time in NBA history by Nikola Jokic last season. However, Shea and Luka on pace this season to make history of their own. And Giannis on pace for an NBA record, nearing a mind-boggling game score of 30, a mark that would have been inconceivable just a few seasons ago. At least, he was on track to break this record, if it wasn't for Nikola Jokic, who currently holds an average game score this season of 32.64, who, when even compared to the greatest seasons of this century, has entered his own stratosphere. What he is doing right now, even by his standards, completely unprecedented. Between his video game numbers, unparalleled skill set, and the ease in which he does it all, Nikola Jokic is proving once again why he is the most impactful player in basketball. After getting out to what most fans described as a slow start to the season, averaging a measly 20-14-10 through the first 5 games, Jokic
And
apparently
the fact that it's considered a slow start, 2014-10 is considered. Do you know how insane you gotta be to consider having a slow, like you having a slow start is considered you had averaging 20, 14, and 10, and that's considered a slow start for you. Obviously, but at the same time, we don't know his efficiency. He probably was just jacking and wasn't making shots. But 20, I don't care if you're averaging for 2014 and 5. I mean 2014 and 10, a triple double, bro. Like. And that's considered a slow start. Like, I would think you're a fucking monster. Like, what?
heard the criticism and decided he was going to start shooting the ball again. 6 games into his revelation, and the Nuggets haven't lost a game since. They're beating their opponents by an average of 15 points, and Jokic is averaging 36, 12, and 11 in that span. And I would like to take this time to say I, too, have came to a revelation of my own. I think Nikola Jokic has solved basketball. Not just because of what he's doing on the court, but also because of how he's doing it. On Wednesday night, Jokic didn't just have one of the most efficient 50 pieces in league history, he had one of the easiest 50 pieces in NBA history. It didn't matter what they threw at him, Jokic made easy work of all of it. They threw a big body at him in Zubats, and Jokic just backs him down like a featherweight. He makes this shot 100% of the time. Couple plays later, same look, same spot, but this time while Zubats is waiting for the bump, Jokic just blows on by him. Flip it over on the other wing this time. Zubats is desperately trying to hold him off, but Jokic gets to his spot again. Too skilled, Zubats falls for the shimmy, Jokic gets an easy bucket. Very next possession, this time they've got some more length on him with Brook Lopez. Lopez just saw Zubats get melted, so he's prepared. He's got quick hands, he's waiting for Jokic to turn his back or make a first step, and he just pulls up in his face for an and one.
And it's like the perfect player to stop somebody like the Jokic, it would be like somebody like that is quick and lengthy, like kind of like a Victor Wembanyama type. But I don't think he has enough strength to keep up like from a back down. But I don't know. But maybe his length is strength. Have you ever seen Jokic and what's it called, play against each other or guard each other at least? I need to watch a game. I need to search that up and watch a game of that just to see how the Spurs scheme against Jokic. I want to see how it looks.
Is the double, you might ask? Well, they can't send one. Jokic is the best playmaker on the planet. He is praying that you send a double. And this is how the entire night went in LA. Jokic exploiting his freakish strength and soft touch by just casually getting to his spot and feasting on whatever easy look he created. When the Clippers finally decided to make their adjustments, clog the high post and
isn't the Clippers like historically bad defensively? I think I've seen a stat of them being like piss poor bad defensively, like generally like asinine, like bad. So it makes sense he's going off like this too. I ain't gonna lie. And they're old, and the Clippers are old as shit too.
See the double team? Jokic decided to take advantage of a lackluster pick and roll defense by drilling 3-pointers like they were free throws. It isn't flashy, it ain't that pretty. It really isn't all that exciting, but it is painfully simple and offensively easy for Nikola Jokic. By the end of the night, Jokic had bullied his way.
And I feel like people will be more fond of Jokic. Like as a pure basketball fan, like I don't care how you get your buckets. Like if you're a bucket, you're a bucket. I don't care. Like you feel me? And I respect Jokic for that. I respect anybody that's just nice at basketball. But I feel like people just like not necessarily discard, but don't look at Jokic as much because of how he plays. Like, it's not pretty, isn't flashy, and stuff like that. So, people don't really be like, people just have like some type of like stigma to like name him like the best player in the league just because his game is not flashy. Same thing with Giannis. Like, his game isn't flashy. Yeah, he might dunk on people and stuff like that, but it's like, people used to label him run and dunk man. Shit, James Harden used to label him run and dunk man. You know what I mean? But people are more fond of somebody like Luka or more somebody like Shea. And even Shea is kind of iffy because it's like, yeah, Shea has a fan base and stuff like that. But it's like there's some people that just don't like his foul baiting play style. And it's like, you know, there's two ways you can look at it. It's like his ability to get to the free throw line is a skill. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But back to Jokic, I'm like, you just don't do shit like this and not be considered like at the very least top two. You know what I mean? I've seen people put Luka and Shea over this guy, and I'm like, bro, what? Like, you feel me? The only person that's even like sniffing the shit that Jokic is doing is literally Giannis. And even then, I seen people put Giannis like 5th or 4th. And I'm like, bro, it's literally Jokic. Like, if we're breaking it down on tiers in the NBA right now, it's literally Jokic, Giannis. And it's like and I think it's a huge gap. And then it's like Shea, Luka, huge gap, and everybody else. That's what I think. I think Jokic and Giannis are in their own tier. And then there's Shea and Luka in their own tier below them. And then there's a huge gap in it, everybody else, bro. Victor Wembanyama could be up there in that tier too, though. I ain't gonna lie. So I'll put Victor Wembanyama up there because defensively he's a fucking monster. So I'll put Victor Wembanyama in tier 2. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, yeah. I put him in tier 2. So I would say like Jokic right here, Giannis right below him right here, and then that's tier 1. And then like below them, like a huge gap is like Shea, however you want to spit it, Shea, Luka, Wembanyama, however you want to spare it in that tier 2. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like that 5 to 3 is like interchangeable in my eyes, but top 2, I don't think anybody is taking top 2 from Giannis or Jokic at all.
55 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists on 91% true shooting, and the best statistical performance of his entire career in just 34 minutes. The man is moving at half speed, he doesn't get but about 10 inches off the ground, and it doesn't even matter. He is just too smart, too strong, and way too skilled. And I have come to the conclusion that Nikola Jokic has simply won basketball. He beat it. The man solved the game, cracked the code. He has pretty much figured out exactly what to do in any situation and how to do it. He is unbelievably aware of who's on the court, who's guarding him, where the shooters are, where the shot blockers are, where the best shots will open up in 3 seconds, how to open up those shots, what the defense will counter with, and he's already figured out how he'll counter that counter. More than his skill, more than his touch, more than his strength, it is his hyper-awareness.
And it's like, and it's funny because if you play with the Nuggets and you see Jokic pass you the ball, you're shooting that bitch every single time, bro. You're shooting that junk, bro. Like, if I was in the corner and Jokic passed me the ball, like, and it's like a intent, like, the pass was with intent, but I don't care who's in my face. I'm MPJ. I'm MPJ, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And they got Diamond in real life. They could get a +10 attribute to his 3-ball every time Jokic pass the ball, bro.
Genius basketball IQ that makes him virtually impossible to guard. Jokic is an unrealistic example of what could happen if a player makes the right play every play. You're not gonna make all of your shots, some of your passes might get broken up, but if you're finding the best shot, you're making the right passes, and you're recognizing those opportunities as they present themselves, things are bound to go well. Most players are smart enough to pick out a defense lagging to get back. Most big men will seal their man off for the potential one-on-one near the rim. But how many players are smart enough to not overthink this possession and just spin over their shoulder for an easy bucket? Or how about the fact that the Kings continued to leave this void open in the middle of the paint for an easy floater over and over and over? And by the time they adjust, you've already capitalized on it. When a player has a mismatch in transition, does he get into the set? Or does he immediately recognize the mismatch and have the wherewithal to make good use of it? What about picking up on lapses in the defense before they even happen? Jokic sees an opportunity, he calls for the ball, he misdirects the defense with his eyes, and then finds a wide open Christian Braun for an easy bucket. But Jokic knew Braun was going to be open when he saw his man trailing behind 5 seconds ago. He notices this, he calls for the ball.
And shit like that only happens with so much experience. So it's like, he's only going to get better as he gets older, too. Like, that's the crazy thing, because it's like, He's pretty much seen everything basketball can offer, honestly. So he already knows, like, when he gets the ball, he's like, he pretty much predicts the future. It's like, you know, when you do something for so long, you can pretty much predict everything that's going to happen, like, kind of like future sight. Like, you playing a game, like, you play like a multiplayer game for so long that you pick up on people's tendencies off of what you do. You feel me? So like, they like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, you're probably gonna do this because I'm this character. You know, like, kind of like fighting games. Like, everybody has like a character in a fighting game to where it's like every character has something that they want to do to get the most value out of that character. So now you can just, like, you know, off of that, you know, and like when you're in the high school or high elo lobby, you know that everybody knows that's what you want to do. So you literally set up situations to where they will think that they read you, but at the same time, it's complicated. It's like a mental game, bro. You get what I'm trying to say.
He knows the keys.
Like, I was trying to break it down in like a way people could like understand it like a gaming way, but I kind of got stuck midway.
In a man coverage, he forces the defense to stay on the corner man by telegraphing.
Point being, it's just experience.
What looked like it was going to be a pass to the corner, and he gets his teammate wide open for the easiest 2 points of the night. The guy keeps it simple. How many of his points and rebounds come off of these tip-ins and putbacks, being in the right place to get these easy buckets, or these rolls to the basket where he finds space and keeps the ball high and just feeds it in? Sounds easy enough until you realize how many big men struggle with this action. Knowing when to float it, knowing how the defense reacted the last time you ran a similar action. It's the difference between an open 7-foot floater and forcing a tough layup. One of the quickest ways to spot a smart player is how quickly they make decisions and how much energy they exert to execute those decisions. What plays to make, what plays not to make, taking every last crumb the defense will give you and taking them efficiently. And there is no player more decisive with the skills to execute those decisions than Nikola Jokic. He doesn't have freakish athleticism to capitalize on for easy buckets, can't jump over his opponents or sprint past them. He isn't outlandishly tall or long in ways that would give him an advantage. In fact, he is about as average in stature and length as centers come. Instead, Jokic possesses a remarkable combination of attributes: touch, strength, and basketball intelligence that has made him the most impactful offensive weapon in the history of basketball. Of course, Jokic's best attribute, the one between his ears, isn't quite something you can measure, but it wouldn't hurt to try. That's what Crafted NBA has attempted to do with their basketball IQ metric, a stat that uses game-specific skills and awareness such as spatial understanding, tactical decisions, and playmaking insights to quantify a player's performance and decision-making. It's kind of crazy, right? I know. The player with the highest basketball IQ in the entire NBA is, of course, Nikola Jokic. But as impressive as his
Jimmy Butler is second? Damn.
box score numbers are, Jokic's true value is better captured by looking through the lens of advanced numbers. Here are the top 50 players in the league so far this season, according to Box Plus Minus. Now, these numbers will level out a bit as the season continues, but we're quickly approaching the point where most players will settle in about where they are right now. For example, Brunson ranks 31st, Jaylen Brown ranks 25th, Cade at 20, Steph is at 13, and Wemby is at 9. And all the way at the very top, the best players in the league in Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Watch Jokic be like 14.
Now, a Box Plus Minus of 11 or more is historically great. There's only been about 20 seasons in NBA history of this caliber. For example, LeBron has only had 3 seasons with a BPM above 11. And all 3 of these guys are playing at that level right now. And then there's Nikola Jokic. Way over
Nah.
here with a Box Plus Minus of 20.8.
Nah, that's insane.
This is not a typo.
20.8?
This isn't a mistake. There's no error in this graphic. This, my friends, is Nikola Jokic.
Is Nikola Jokic the best advanced analytic judge player of all time? Because every advanced analytic has Jokic like number 1 every single year, bro. It's crazy to think about, bro. But that's a video, man. Cute little video that I love about basketball people, so just talking about basketball and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the video, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. Original video gonna be linked down below. Check out the second channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man.